I've got a new job in a new industry. Actually, I feel like my gym stuff is maybe inappropriate to announce a new job. Let me get sorted. So today is a bit of a life update. So if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, YouTube for a while, you would know that I've worked in packaging for 8 or 9 years actually. I've never went into great detail about the job, just out of respect for the other shareholders of the business and them asking me not to. But in these past 8 or 9 years, I've developed quite a lot, both personally and professionally, and physically. I've gained about 3 stone in those 9 years as well. But I mean, this is the case with most people aged 20 to 29. But around 5 or 6 years ago, I became not only interested in business, but also interested in investing. Investing in stocks, index, property, all the things that I talk about on this channel. So slowly but surely I started to build up an investment portfolio, starting with small increments of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then, as I educated myself more on the stock market, I started to dollar cost average into index funds like the S&P 500. And over these past 5 years, I've managed to scale my portfolio to 6 figures and have it spread broadly across a few different asset classes. But it was never a full-time thing for me. It was just where I invested my money in my free time. And it was what I like to talk about. That then spurred me on to creating a TikTok account and then this YouTube channel that you're watching this on. Now, as I've gained more knowledge on investing and started to grow a network of people involved in investing and property, I started to realise it was something I'd like to move into full time. Something I'm passionate about and something I spend my spare time doing anyway. So why not get paid for it? So step 1 was find out what I wanted to do. It had to be investment related. Could be stocks, could be crypto, could be property, but if I was going to start a new career, it had to be the right one. First I looked at the stock market. I sort of liked that idea, but as much as I like to invest in the stock market, I didn't have a way in. I didn't know anyone involved in stocks full time. It was all people like me who just invest in their spare time with their disposable income. Crypto was a no-go. With my experience of crypto disappearing into thin air, I didn't want to start a new job and 3 years into my new career, the job disappears just like my money did. So that brought property into the mix, which made the most sense logically anyway. I've flipped a property, I own a buy-to-let, I've been through the buying process a number of times now, but most importantly, I'm in that community. I'm in the Facebook groups, I go to the networking events, I know people in property, and people in property know me. That's very important. So now I had to narrow it down even further. Did I want to be a letting agent? Well, I have a letting agent for my own property because I'd rather pay someone else to deal with it than deal with it myself. So if I don't like the idea of doing it for my own properties, why would I want to do it for other people's as well? Estate agent? Now I liked this idea in my head, then I realised I had clouded my own judgment by watching things like Selling Sunset and $1 Million Listing, when in reality I wouldn't be spending my time selling multi-million pound penthouses and mansions with ocean views. I'd most likely be spending my Saturdays and Sundays in 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom flats in Cumbernauld or Bathgate or East Kilbride, which can be great investments, but not particularly how I'd like to spend my time personally. Then the universe put me in the right place at the right time. I was invited to a monthly supercar meet with Sam Dyer. He's one of the owners of Dyer & Co, and while at the car meet we grabbed some breakfast. Met up with a few other guys, some of which I knew and some of which I didn't. These were people that Sam knew. And much to my dismay, I was the only person at the table without a fast car. Going by the people at the table, there was an Audi R8, a BMW M4, 2 Porsches, an M5 Competition, and me. A C200, and that annoyed me. But that's irrelevant. While I was eating breakfast, I got chatting to a guy called Cameron, and he was telling me that he's a finance broker, dealing primarily with buy-to-let mortgages, commercial mortgages, bridging finance, and things like that involved in property. And a light bulb sort of pinged on in my brain. Mortgages. Why did I not consider mortgages? This is an ideal middle ground of property and investment and finance in general. It encompassed 2 of my interests in one. And if I had to work evenings and weekends here and there, I wouldn't mind because that's what I'm interested in anyway. And I could do that from anywhere. I could do it from home, I could do it from coffee shops, I could do it on holiday. I wouldn't have to be on site in the 2-bed flat in Bathgate, for example. So off I went that afternoon and started browsing online to establish what sort of qualifications do you need to be a mortgage/finance broker. Ideas were swirling around in my head at this point of how I could get clients, how I could apply my knowledge of the industry already to this new potential career. Is there a way I could implement TikTok or YouTube videos to help kickstart me into that career? 2 days later I had a meeting with a mortgage broker named Michael, and that was in the diary from a few weeks previous, before I'd went to the supercar meet on the Sunday. That's an important detail. We're just chit-chatting, he's wondering what my plans are moving forward with scaling my portfolio, and we're just talking property in general. I just happened to mention that I was potentially looking to change careers, and maybe being a broker might be something that I would like to do, and if he enjoyed it and things like that. I told him that I was looking into the qualifications required, and Michael said to me, if you're considering getting the qualifications and you have the money for it, just go for it. And now I think about it, our managing director may be looking for a new broker soon. I could pass your name on to him if you like. I thought that's handy. In the past few days, I've decided that I may want to be a broker, and that seems like something I'd like to do. I've also met a broker and sort of picked his brain. Does he enjoy it? Does he see himself doing it long term? And he had good things to say. And now he's offering to put a word into his managing director for me in case they are looking to take on any new brokers. Brilliant. Again, I've headed home, more ideas swirling around in my head. This is probably the career I'm looking to get into. I wonder how I can get a foot in the door somewhere. I've had a look online to find out who the managing director of the company that Michael works for is. It's Cameron, the broker who I'd met 2 days previously at the supercar meet. He wasn't just a specialist finance broker, he was the managing director. I had no clue. But why am I telling you about coffee meetings and supercar meets and breakfast meetings? Network. I preach this online all the time on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I preach it everywhere. Build your network. If no one knows who you are, your life is going to be 100 times more difficult to get where you want to be. So as soon as I left that coffee meeting, I sort of had that kick up the bum that Michael had given me saying just go for it. So I did. Went online and I bought the course and started studying. I don't know if you can read this very well, but the qualification is called CMAP, and that stands for Certificate in Mortgage Advice and Practice, and that's by the London Institute of Banking and Finance. Look at the size of this. Just the 640-ish pages in this one. So I spent the next couple of months studying CMAP. I've done it in the evenings and on weekends. If I found a spare hour or two here and there, I would also fill that with studying, just trying to blast through it as quick as I could. And a few months and 3 exams later, I was fully CMAP qualified and ready to start with Go Financial Services. So Go Financial Services is the company that Michael works for, and after he put a word in for me, he was happy to take me on as a new broker, as was Greg, the owner. So I seriously appreciate those two guys for taking me on in a new role in a new industry. So what is my new job exactly? My role is Specialist Finance Broker, and that entails me helping property investors, property developers and small to medium business owners with funding for their businesses. That could be a buy-to-let mortgage for a single property. It could be bridging finance for a renovation project. It could be a commercial mortgage for a business looking to buy new warehouse facilities. Funding for a portfolio purchase of 10 or 20 properties or more. It's helping people find the correct lending product for their needs and trying to play a part in helping them achieve their goals in business. So if you fit any of these descriptions, or you're looking to get into property, or you just want to see what your options may be, get me on Instagram here, or send me an email to this email address, and we can see how I can help. Thank you as always for watching, folks. I'll see you next week. Take it easy.